everyone, I'm Kinda Blumberg.
And I'm Rachel Hart, and we are Reconnected to Life. Reconnected to Life is all about redefining what it means to be self-centered. Now that term self-centered has gotten a bad reputation for far too long. Usually people think of being self-centered as being selfish or uncaring for others, when actually it's the total opposite. When we are truly self-centered, we are balanced and we are able to better connect with our community, accomplish our goals easier, and fostering more meaningful relationships and better connecting with your community.
We're so grateful to be here with you again this year for the Power and Truth Conference. But let's face it, this year looks a lot different than last year. With COVID-19, we're all facing many new stresses and challenges. Today, we want to offer you some ways that you can manage your stress and anxiety through what we call the 4 C's of self-care: eating well, sleeping well, exercising, and meditation. Let's face it, our stress is not going to go away, but how we manage it makes all the difference.
Before we can effectively learn how to manage our stress, we need to define what stress actually is. Stress is defined as a feeling of emotional or physical tension.
So there are 2 types of stress: distress, which is considered negative, and eustress, which is positive. Negative or distress causes anxiety, overwhelms, depletes your energy, and feels bad. It makes you worry and be afraid. Positive stress motivates you, challenges you, energizes you, and feels exciting. Some examples of distress could be having to move or a parent losing a job. An example of eustress could be getting ready for a presentation or a test.
Did you know there is something called a stress curve? Stress is not something that we want to get completely rid of, because when we are too little stressed, we are inactive or in the green zone or too laid back. You all might have some older brothers and sisters that fall in this green zone. The yellow zone is your optimum stress level, and this is where you want to try to stay, whether you are working on a test or a presentation or practicing for a big game. You want to push yourself to the point of fatigue and then rest. If you push yourself more than that, then you end up in the orange zone, where you are on the verge of exhaustion and you start to experience too much stress or stress overload. And if you keep going, you will find yourself in the red zone, in burnout mode, usually where anxiety, panic, and anger live. It's important to understand which type of stress you are experiencing so that you will better know how to handle the situation.
So what are some ways you can manage stress? The 4 C's of self-care, of course.
Why sleep? Sleep is to your brain like exercise is to your body. While you're sleeping, your brain is busy removing toxins, consolidating memories, and problem solving. Sleep also helps with your emotions and mood. Ever notice how someone you know gets irritable when they haven't had enough sleep? Sleep helps reduce anxiety and depression too. Sleep helps your immune system stay strong, and it also helps regulate hormones and muscle recovery. So if you want to do well in school, play sports, or be more creative, it's crucial that you get enough sleep. So here are some tips to help you go to bed. 1 hour before bed, dim the lights. A half hour before bedtime, put your cell phone down. Make sure your bedroom is dark and cool. Simply tidying your room can help you to feel less anxious and less distracted. Have a set bedtime. You should aim to get 8 to 10 hours of sleep consistently.
Okay, so next we're going to give you a demo on what it's like to eat real food.
Did you know that your brain is made up of about 75% water? If you are dehydrated as much as 2%, that can have negative effects on your brain. So a simple way that you can reduce sugar in your diet is to replace, even if it's just 1 soda a week, with water. And if you don't like plain water, you can squeeze fresh lemon, cut up some lemons or limes or whatever kind of fruit you like and add it to your water for fruit flavored water.
As young people, I know you are quick to grab the fastest thing possible, especially because we all have busy schedules and you're running in between classes even at home and you want to grab something quick. Unfortunately, we usually end up grabbing quick things that aren't necessarily good for us and especially aren't even real food. So Kenda's going to teach us today the difference between real food and other stuff that we just put in our mouths that is not actually giving us any nutrition. And she's going to demo today a healthy snack that you can make really quick. So what do we have today, Kenda?
So today we're going to make homemade granola bars. The reason for this is because one of the pitfalls is eating too much sugar. It's very easy to do because sugar is in everything, and I do mean everything. Just flip over anything and you will look to see the added sugar. So for instance, this is raisins, okay? If you look over at the ingredients in raisins are raisins. That's it. That's all it is. It's raisins. But also you can scan down and see how many calories, what the servings are, and any added ingredients, how much sodium is in it. One thing that's really important to look out for when you're trying to see how much sugar you're actually eating is the total sugars versus added sugars. Added sugars in this case is 0. There's no added sugar to raisins. You see that there is 26 grams of sugars, total sugars, but that's because that's naturally occurring in the fruit. So that's
important to read the labels.
Yes.
And important also to be able to pronounce the ingredients on the labels. And so if you can't pronounce the ingredient on the label, it's a pretty good clue that it's not real food. We did bring an example today. Let's read the labels of the Takis. Okay, where's the sugar? Where do we have sugar?
Okay.
Not bad on sugar. It's 0 added sugar and only 1 sugar, but the ingredients.
What's that?
Malto monosodium gluta. What?
I don't even know what that is.
Disodium guana who? This is an example of eating food that is not real. We strongly discourage against that because when you're not eating real food, you're not nourishing your brain. When you're not nourishing your brain, you don't feel good, and you're actually increasing your chances of having some level of anxiety and stress. So now, let's learn how to eat some real food.
Real food comes from a tree or a plant or from the ground. That's real food. Fake food comes from a box or a bag. So we want to limit these things. All right, so here's what we're gonna make today. Are you ready?
Ready?
All right, we're gonna make granola bars, homemade granola bars. So we're gonna start with honey. What's in the ingredients of honey? It's just honey, that's it. All right, so we need 3 tablespoons of honey and peanut butter. 3/4 of a cup of peanut butter. I want you to also pay attention to peanut butter because this is one of those that's really easy to fall into a trap of getting something that you don't really bargain for. Peanut butter should really be 1 or 2 ingredients. In this case, this is a Kroger brand creamy peanut butter that has 2 ingredients, peanuts and salt, period. That's it. So you're gonna take 3/4 of a cup of peanut butter, and I'm just gonna eyeball it because that's how I do. I make these all the time, so I know how much goes into it. 3 tablespoons of honey. So far, how many ingredients do we have? We've been keeping track here.
2,
2,
honey,
3.
Honey, salt, and peanut butter.
That's right,
Okay.
3 ingredients, okay. These are our 3 ingredients so far. Okay, you can stir that while I get the oats. The next ingredient we have is oats. And what's in this? Let me see. Oh, 1 ingredient, whole grain rolled oats. That's it. Okay, so now that we have that stirred up, we're gonna go ahead and dump our oats in. Actually, I'm gonna put 1.5 cups.
Keep stirring.
Keep stirring.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. And now, okay, y'all, I like chocolate just as much as anybody else, but we can control how much chocolate we put in our granola bars. So now we're gonna go ahead and put a handful of chocolate chips in there. I like some dark chocolate.
Yum.
You can use anything you have at home. If you've got raisins, use raisins. If you've got pumpkin seeds, those are a great source of protein and all kinds of nutrients that our body needs, healthy fats that our brain needs and that our body needs. And dried mixed berries. So any of these things that you have in your pantry at home, granola bars are really versatile. You can change them up.
And by the way, we've only been doing this for about 2 minutes. So this is how long. We're almost done, right?
Yep, that's it. So we throw some berries in there. What do you think? Should we put some pumpkin
Put some
seeds
pumpkin
in?
seeds in. Yeah.
All right, let's put some pumpkin seeds in.
Since it is almost fall, it actually is fall.
It sure is. One of my favorite seasons.
Okay.
All right, and that's it. Now we are going to dump it in to our pan here.
Okay.
We've got some wax paper in there.
So what does the wax paper do?
The wax paper just makes it easier to remove it from the pan and to
So
cut
it
them up.
doesn't stick.
So it doesn't stick. So now you're just gonna smoosh that down.
Okay.
And then once you get that all smushed down, you're gonna put it in your freezer for about 10 minutes so it can harden up. And then you can take it out of your freezer and cut it up into bars or squares, however you wanna do it, and put those in a Tupperware or just leave it in the pan. I just leave it in the pan and fold the wax paper over it, and look how beautiful.
Voila,
mean-
real food. The third seed of self-care is exercise. And exercise is a great activity that you can do to relieve stress and anxiety anytime. You can do it just standing in place by running in place. You can do jumping jacks. You can walk anywhere. Walking is always an exercise, but the key to exercise is just simply moving your body. So what do you like to do that really gets your heart pumping? Walking is a great form of exercise because it increases oxygen through all parts of your body and increases circulation so that your brain is optimally functioning. Another great idea is to get a self-care sidekick to walk with you.
Hey, let's go.
Yay! We can also find different things to talk about, maybe even have a walking race.
Hey.
The possibilities are endless. The point is that exercise is a form of nourishment to your body, and you deserve to give yourself this aspect of self-care, and you will relieve stress and anxiety through doing it. Now we've come to our fourth seed of self-care, which is meditation. You might be turned off by the word meditation just because you don't have a lot of experience with it here in the United States. That is not uncommon, that we don't know a lot about meditation, or that we think that we have to do more than we do to achieve a level of relaxation or alleviate stress. But all meditation is learning how to sit still and focus on your breathing. So you can do that also anytime, anywhere, and it doesn't cost a thing. The important part is that you just sit still and allow your thoughts to come and go. That alone can alleviate great amounts of stress. We're going to teach you a technique that the Navy SEALs utilize called box breathing. As you can imagine, the Navy SEALs, being one of the most elite military forces in the United States, have a highly stressful job, and so they utilize the box breathing technique often. All you do is find a place to sit down, and you're going to inhale for a count of 4, hold your breath for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, and hold that for a count of 4, and then you repeat that. And if you can repeat that for even 1 to 2 minutes a few times throughout the day, you really will find that your stress level is decreasing and you're feeling more relaxed and less anxious. So let's just do a little practice demo of that. Get comfortable, close your eyes, and just listen to my voice. So inhale for a count of 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, open your eyes. It really is as simple as that. You just meditated. Congratulations. If this is your first time, you did great.
I just felt my shoulders go down and I just feel relaxed.
Yep.
Just like that.
Easy. We hope you have enjoyed our presentation on stress management and the 4 Seeds of Self-Care, and that you've gained new tools to help you manage your stress.
We know that our stress is not going to go away, so it's important for us to be able to manage our stress and identify where we're at on the stress curve.
If you find that you are between the ranges of yellow and orange and tipping over too much into the range of orange, it's important to start implementing your 4 Seeds of Self-Care: eating well, sleeping well, meditation, and exercise. Grabbing a self-care sidekick to help you is a really great tool, because having a partner in anything always helps your success.
And if you find that you're in the red zone on the curve, it's important that you reach out to a school counselor so that you can get the professional help that you need.
You are all stunningly beautiful, intelligent, creative human beings. Why? Because there has never been, and never will be anyone exactly like you on the planet, ever. That makes you incredibly special. We hope that you will utilize the 4 Seeds of Self-Care to effectively manage and reduce your stress and anxiety. We are all connected, so our prayer is that you will continue to be self-centered. On 3. 1, 2,
3.
be self-centered!